damn it, man, we spent 50 million though on Anthony Gordon, really bothers me. Think about that at night.
Release the Kraken!
Chelsea, seriously, I just want you to know that I was here when this happened.
It's a stretch, and it's in! And I can't remember the last time I saw something like this! Aguero! Guess who? It's him again!
What's up, and welcome to Absolute Sitter. I am your host, Mac, and I want to thank you for checking out this content. So we're going to touch on two specific links right now that are happening with Chelsea. We're also linked to Rafael Leao. I don't think there is as much kind of turmoil about the links with him, other than maybe people nitpicking the fact that if we were going to be linked to him, why this late in the window? But I don't even think this move is for this window. This might be for maybe a winter move, or maybe this is kind of just planting the seed for next summer, which would be probably a move for Rafael Leao then and Nkunku. But the two moves that seem to be getting under the skin of a lot of Chelsea fans seems to be Anthony Gordon and Aubameyang. Now, the reason I'm going to cover both of these is, funny enough, in my mind, these two moves are linked. Now, how can they be linked? They play totally different positions, and they are going to serve two totally different goals. First things first, let's talk about Anthony Gordon. I am going to admit I 100% agree that it's a bit early, and what he's shown us so far seems like he might have a high ceiling, right? There's no one that is going to argue that is familiar with the player and what he's doing, that he doesn't look like he can become a top talent. I think more people are arguing the fact that why is he being paid top talent money for already? And somehow people are upset with Chelsea about this. Newsflash, guys. I don't think Anthony Gordon is immediately going to fix any problems at Chelsea. And I think this is the main problem that most people are saying. Why are we spending 50 million on this player who doesn't address anything that we see as a problem right now? Is he going to get us goals? He's only scored 4 goals or something like that, right? I think this has to do with more of what Chelsea have been doing with Camavinga, the kid from Inter Milan, Hutchinson. I think these are high-profile youth products that they're looking for. Yes, he's already playing at Everton in their starting 11s in some cases, but I think this is more collecting exciting prospects with high ceilings. So this move has nothing to do with immediately addressing what's going on with Chelsea, although he might see some minutes. I don't know what Thomas Tuchel is really planning on doing, other than I can see what he's trying to create, a fluid front three. We'll get into that when we start talking about Aubameyang. So I don't think anybody will argue against the move as a future move for Anthony Gordon. So then the other sticking point becomes the price tag. There's two issues that I have with this argument about the price tag. One, guys, as football fans, I am recording here in my humble abode, right? I'm not a billionaire, nor do I have any stake in Chelsea Football Club. I just happen to follow them as a passionate supporter from overseas at that. So most of my support, unless they're on tour, is watching them on television. I would argue with any local fans that doesn't make you more of a fan because you're there, but that's an argument for another time altogether. Stop thinking with these billionaires' pockets. Listen, Todd Bowley, them want to come and spend their money on this player. It's not up to me. I don't care. Now, if I have some kind of insider information that knows, hey, the money that we're going to spend on Gordon, we could use to invest next year on this player, and because we're buying Gordon, we're not going to buy this player. Like I just opened up with, we are linked with Rafael Leao in addition to. Now, if it was an either or scenario, hands down, Rafael Leao all day. But I don't think that's what this is about. I think this is more about an investment in the future. His price tag, I don't care. It's not coming out of my pocket. We already know football price tags have gone absolutely insane. This is not really out of the realm. It's just furthering the point that the price tags have gotten insane. Am I feeling sorry for Todd Bowley and his consortium because they're going to spend that money on it? No. And then it also goes into the second thing. Chelsea didn't want to pay 50 million for him. We started out with a bid of like 40 to 45 million on him, which isn't that far away. I know somebody's going to say, that's only 5 million. Why is he worth that? Well, let's also not forget that Everton turned that down, meaning that Everton's evaluation of this kid is 50 million. Not Chelsea. Chelsea aren't asking to pay that. Chelsea didn't call up Everton and say, hey, how can I pay the most for that guy? You guys would take 20? No, how about 45? No. You know what? Put it up to 50. We need the headlines that he's expensive. And Everton's like, no. We'll sell him to you for 15, 20. I mean, we're being reasonable here, right? It's Everton's evaluation of the player. And everybody seems to also forget that we're also going to pay an English premium. All the other talents arguably aren't that much level difference between an Anthony Gordon, even though Anthony Gordon is starting in Everton. I mean, the kid coming from Inter is playing for not this last season, but the season before last is champions. And yeah, he hasn't had any senior appearances, but I wouldn't say his level is any higher than the other profile players that we're getting. Like Camavinga is coming from Aston Villa, arguably a higher level than Everton are at currently, right? But why is Everton and the whole of England going to rate these players in this way? Because you're going to pay an English tax. You're going to pay an English tax. And to pretend that we don't see that there's an English tax when Foden is rated the way he is, just look at the laundry list of players. You're going to pay an English tax. I mean, Grealish, Declan Rice, Phil Foden, all of these people are top players. But the price tags are them. Harry Maguire. Tell me that Harry Maguire goes for 85 million or 80 million or whatever insane number he did if he was not English. With the level of talent that he's displayed. Yes, arguably Fofana now they're asking for the same money, but where are they getting the idea that they can get that kind of money? So this is being blamed on Chelsea as if Chelsea asked to pay this money. Chelsea doesn't want to pay this money. I don't really care about the Anthony Gordon thing. If we sign a striker and we're able to win silverware, you think I'm going to be sitting there while we're lifting, and this is a pipe dream, lifting a Champions League trophy or lifting an FA Cup or challenging for the Premier League or something like that? You think I'm going to be sitting there going, damn it, man, we spent 50 million though on Anthony Gordon? Really bothers me. Think about that at night. No one cares about that. No one cares about that. Now, Aubameyang. I have to keep defending the signing of Aubameyang. And it seems to be something about Aubameyang that makes us so kind of like against this signing. Now, what did we learn from Lukaku? We've tried to go the route of signing a young centre forward. We've tried this now. This is the second high profile, high money flop that we've had. Actually, not even second. This is the third time. Third time. Lukaku makes three times that we've done this. We tried to sign Lukaku. We hemmed and hawed when Conte was asking for him. And Manchester United beat us to the punch. And then we panic bought Morata. Does everybody remember when Morata was at the club? Do you enjoy those memories? Because I don't. So we got Alvaro Morata. Then we went back and we got Timo Werner. I still wish he kind of was at the club. I was sad to see him go because of the amount of tenacity and like how much running he's willing to do. He's never been seen for a lack of effort. I've never seen him with the kind of body language that makes me think, other than maybe low or short of confidence, that he's not out there trying. He's damnedest to put everything out on the line for us. But Timo Werner is going to be seen largely as underperforming, even though he leaves us as a Champions League winner, right? And then we bought Lukaku. Now, again, shameless plug, you can go back and see that I was against the Lukaku signing. I said spend the extra money and get Haaland. Even offered to buy Haaland and loan him back to Dortmund for a year. It'll be worth it. But we didn't do that. We went and bought the player that 2 managers ago was asking for. So I don't know what you learned from Lukaku, but what I learned from Lukaku was, one, when he went to Conte at Inter, we got to see what Conte was trying to do with him, and maybe, just maybe, give the manager who is asking for the player that player. And then you can judge both the manager and the player. You don't give that player to that manager that's asking for him. You can't really hold them accountable. Yes, is there things Thomas Tuchel could have done better? Absolutely. But this idea that Thomas Tuchel and no forwards prosper under him, I'm sorry, didn't Aubameyang score like 79 goals at Dortmund under Thomas Tuchel? So this idea that no forwards do well, none of the current squad is doing all that well in attack for Chelsea. But they weren't doing great under Lampard either. These same players were all there short of Raheem Sterling, and none of them were really firing then. So how are we judging what he can do with forwards when none of this team is his team? I'm not saying I am some like Thomas Tuchel forever guy. I'm saying give the manager what they want, and if then after giving the manager what they want, it doesn't work, then they have enough rope to hang themselves. Then we can talk about Thomas Tuchel out and, you know, sacking the manager and all of this. That's all. Simple as that. The other thing with Aubameyang is I don't understand this opposition to Aubameyang. It's this late in the window. Yes or no? Is Aubameyang better than nothing up front? Having absolutely no striker, or relying on poor Broja to be the center forward all season by himself as the only recognized center forward? Do we want to continue watching Kai Havertz and Mason Mount not work up front together? So is he better objectively than absolutely nothing? Yes. Are we paying over the odds for him? Yes, but we're also waited all summer. So don't get mad at his price tag. Get mad at the club for taking so long to go after him. That's probably more likely, and also cut the club some slack. We did go through a whole ownership change and all of that. Removal of the old board setup and all of those things, all of those distractions is going to mean that we're going to have some hit or miss things happen this summer. Let it go. Let it go. And like I argued in the last video, they want 25, they want 35 or 30 for him, and we only want to spend 25. I don't want 5 million to be the reason why we don't sign a striker and we can't score goals all season. I don't want 5 million to be the reason why we did that. We already did that with Kun Aguero, where there was like a difference of like 5 million between what Chelsea wanted to pay and what Atletico wanted to sell him for, and he went to Man City and became Aguero, a living legend there at Manchester City. Why? Because we refused to spend that extra 5 million or to give him his wages or something. How did that turn out for us? It's a stopgap move. I didn't see this much opposition when we were linked with Giroud. People kind of got it. Like, okay, yeah, it's obvious that he's just meant to come in and kind of just be a squad player and a stopgap. It's not for the long term or something. So this idea of like Aubameyang, it's not like we're saying we're going to sign Aubameyang next year. We're not going after Nkunku. We're not going to try to get Rafael Leo. Like, do you want us to announce that, hey, Aubameyang, you're just a stopgap? You think we should tell him that? I mean, I think he's not an idiot. I think everybody kind of knows in the situation that this is not going to be a long-term relationship. But man, I mean, what is the opposition to the guy? Then the other thing that drives me nuts about this was I didn't see this much opposition for spending a ridiculous amount on Lukaku, who, yes, did he do great in in Syria, yes, but we had watched him flop in the Premier League as well at Manchester United. So this is the same exact kind of stats and storyline here, which we were okay with spending like $90 million on Lukaku for a different manager. But now we have super opposition to buying the guy that the manager is saying, yes, that is the player I want, for 30 million. And it's already established that he's a stopgap, that he's a transition while we try to create the structure at the club. So you guys let me know below. I'd love to hear what your points are. I've heard the age thing. I'm tired of that. It's a stopgap. We signed Giroud in the same manner. We signed Samuel Eto'o in the same manner. They're not meant to be long-term deals. But let me know below what you guys think. Tell me why I'm wrong about Aubameyang. Tell me what I'm wrong about with Anthony Gordon. But let me know below what you think or what your opposition is. If you agree with me, if you disagree with me, I'd love to hear it. Until the next one, don't get caught in front of goal and miss an absolute sitter.